Da 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 da
Alright, I'm here interviewing Soul Melon's very own Carson Calloway. Now, Carson, it's great to have you here. Any thoughts for opening?
You know, when we're on stage, and me and Pete are on stage.
Who's Pete?
Peter James Bond. He's our current drummer at the moment.
Oh, what happened to Matt?
He exploded on stage, and there's really a little glob on his drums, but it's more like a stain, but a little green stain, and
yeah.
Hundreds of people spontaneously combust each year, but only a small amount are reported.
And I understand you had a drummer before that died, and
Stumpy Joe.
Yeah.
Stumpy died in a bizarre gardening accident. It was one of the things the authorities said it was better left unsolved.
Yeah. And
when we're on stage, I feel like I'm at a national park or something, like a preserved moose. I feel like a preserved moose on stage.
That's a quite articulate metaphor, Mr. Calloway. But anyway, you guys as a band, I understand, like to touch on a lot of the social and environmental issues of the world today. For instance, global warming. What do you guys think about that?
My opinion is we need to look out for our children and our children's children and our children's children's children.
Well, may I add that I think your children are too young to be having children, seeing as how they're not even born yet, It would just be like, have you met my children and their children? It would just be like this horrible Russian doll situation eventually.
And, my wife is unable to conceive because she too is imaginary. She too is imaginary, and,
yeah.
The kids take off to her in that sense.
Yeah, yeah. But she is very beautiful. I've seen her.
Thank you.
So, are there any other social issues you guys like to touch on, like
well, you see, there's always
politics?
Because we always argue on the words of the songs, and seeing as how we're just we do a lot of cover songs, the lyrics sometimes get disputed.
Politically?
Yes, politically. I'm here with Kevin Nolan, lead guitarist of Soul Melon, the very popular band hitting the streets of Maryland, Delaware, and the country entirely. So Kevin, is there any bands you like to sponsor, or any bands that you've really influenced over the years? And on the same subject, is there any bands that influenced you growing up?
Well, I'm personally a fan, like my favorite musicians have to be like Bach, he's one of them, Sade, and then probably Enya, maybe even Jimi Hendrix. Wu-Tang Clan is another one, Alright. But actually, I just got done producing an album by Maynard Stumps. He's an upcoming blues guitarist, and he's actually a gnome. Beard and all, he's a gnome, and it's a double album called Large and in Charge, Volume 1 and Volume 2. So, that should be hitting Tower Records or wherever the heck people are buying their music these days. Alright, so another issue that seems to be going around today is immigration, and namely illegal immigration. So, do you have any thoughts on this?
Do I have immigration?
Yes.
Do you mind if I use this piano?
No, that's fine. Let me just back up.
It's a little song I wrote back when all this started going around. It's a big deal. We need to take care of it. Ooh. Hey, 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 hey. Ooh. Immigration.
quite beautiful, Carson.
That is called the Immigration Song, not to get confused with Led Zeppelin's Immigrant Song.
Thank you.
So, Kevin Nolan, last year the band made this, and,
Wait, what's your name?
Jay McGregor.
McGregor. Did you just grab my bum?
Sir, I'm over here. That's physically impossible.
Man, I'm not gonna go through this like in college. Get this out of my face.
But Kevin.
Alright, we're here with the bass player of Soul Melon, Jack Carroll. Now, Jack, tell us something interesting about yourself.
I'm a member of various prestigious clubs such as ostrich riding enthusiasts and I'm a connoisseur of flat-brimmed hats.
Very interesting. What do you plan on... Where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
Riding ostriches, man, into the sunset.
That's where it's at. Alright, Carson, being a musician and all, do you have a personal favorite album, all-time favorite?
No, yes I do. And actually, Batdorf and Rodney. My Batdorf and Rodney. And I think it's pretty self-explanatory. We need not to go further on the subject.
Alright, Jack, what are your thoughts on global warming?
Man, I'm telling you, if we would just learn from the ostriches, man, you wouldn't be asking me this question right now.
Mr. Nolan, while we're on the subject of your early influences, what is your all-time favorite album?
You know, I'd have to go with Batdorf and Rodney. I think I got it somewhere. Yeah, alright, here you go. Batdorf and Rodney. Batdorf and Rodney. This is just great stuff. No more questions asked. Just great stuff.
The sidekicks? Wait,
Alright, so Mr. Carroll, what is your favorite music album of all time?
dude. Batdorf and Ronnie, no questions asked.